Hello, YouTube world. Thanks for checking in the Khaliis take. Today's take of the day, remembering the late great Kobe Bryant. Now, before we get into the video, please like, subscribe, leave any comments. Please hit the notification bell as well to get the newest content first. Also, please check out my prior videos to this one. I got some interesting facts and topics and takes that I think you might want to listen to and give you insight on. But let's just jump right into it. When I think about Kobe Bryant, we're talking about one of the greatest players that ever played this game. We're talking about one of the greatest players to ever lace up a pair of Nikes or, a pair of Adidas, whatever he had back then. I think he was with both companies actually. So, when I think of number 8, that was a killer mentality type guy. When I think of number 24, that was even more of a killer than what he was when he wore number 8. Last year was a bad year in regards to, everything that happened, not only, COVID and, all the stuff got worse and, picked up and came around, but, we lost Kobe Bryant too. And, for a while, honestly, I actually come from California myself. So, me being from California, knowing how big Kobe Bryant was to Cali, just how big he was to the West Coast and just everywhere, actually every coast, everywhere in general. He was big everywhere. He was beyond basketball, and just losing Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the rest of the passengers, on that plane, or excuse me, yeah, plane. It was just, it was just unreal, and it still is the fact that to really think about, how he, left us and, how the situation went down. It was still unreal, it's still unreal today. Just thinking about how great he was and everything. He was such a great player and he played hard and, he went out there and gave everything he had, for the organization. I mean, man, I tell you, it's hard to even talk about it still because, like I said, Kobe was one of my favorite players, growing up, and I watched him and I idolized his game so much. And, he dedicated a lot to the sport, even though, he had a family outside of basketball. He put a lot of time, effort into his craft, and you have to respect the fact that, he did that and was one of the greatest players to ever lace up a pair of sneakers, So, and I know a lot of people will sit here and say, about LeBron James being the same GOAT conversation with Michael Jordan. To me, I feel like everybody has forgotten how great Kobe Bryant was. To me, Kobe Bryant should be second on that list to Michael Jordan. It shouldn't be anybody else because when you think about what Kobe was able to do, I mean, his game was basically mimicked right after Jordan. His game was a similarity. His game was very similar to Michael Jordan. His game was was Michael Jordan-esque, except he had a yellow and purple jersey on and he played for LA. But sometimes looking at him in LA, it looked like Michael Jordan was playing out there. And, I think a lot of people overlook him as being, you know, overlook him in the GOAT conversation. I think Kobe should have definitely been in the GOAT conversation. I mean, 5 championships is nothing to whiff at. Winning an MVP, multiple finals MVPs, he played hella defense as well. I think his defense was underrated as well. I mean, he's made the all NBA team. He's been, all-star MVP, you name it, Kobe has done it, so, I feel like he left nothing with the game. And I feel like after he left the game, he was starting a new career, with his, animated films. I think he was doing the Muse, films, I believe. And, he was actually going a great direction there. I think he won an Oscar actually. So Kobe was actually doing great things off the court. And, from what I hear, trying to invest in people and, take care of his family. And, he was just he was just in a much better space after he left basketball mentally because he wasn't on the grind anymore, so, but, I think, he's not celebrated enough. I think, I don't think people appreciate what he done enough because you're talking about LeBron in the GOAT conversation with Michael Jordan. Yeah, LeBron is close. Yeah, LeBron is right there also. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, nobody talks about Kobe Bryant. Nobody even mentioned his name in regards to the GOAT conversation. And he's the closest to Michael Jordan. Like nobody is closer to Michael Jordan or was closer to Michael Jordan than Kobe Bryant. I mean, not relationship wise and basketball wise. He was, when it comes to both of those, he was the closest to Michael Jordan we've seen. And I think a lot of people just overlooked that and forgot it and didn't, people didn't, take heed to it enough, and I just feel like, Kobe might have missed out. I mean, not Kobe missed out, but I feel like a lot of people, just, missed the fact of, how great Kobe was. And, not only he was a great guy off the court, but he was actually a great player, probably one of the greatest, if not the great, arguably the greatest player to ever play. Now, I personally think they should make the logo of Kobe for the NBA myself, but like I said, we'll see how that actually, turns out, how it actually goes. To make it like actual official anyway. I see a lot of stuff online in regards to it, but I haven't really seen nothing like solidified official. This is what the NBA logo is going to be here going forward for the next forever years, however many. So, but yeah, definitely, just it's weird still to, like I said, a year ago today the tragedy happened, and we're all still stunned from it. At least I know I am. At times when I actually go on YouTube and look around and see highlights of Kobe Bryant, it's weird actually looking at his highlights, knowing that he's not here, or he's not alive. It's like, man, I'm looking at the highlights of a ghost. And that really never still doesn't resonate with me, because Kobe should be alive still. What I'm saying? Kobe dying in a helicopter crash, excuse me, is just not something that I could have ever imagined, or nobody else could have either. In most people's minds, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that wasn't supposed to happen to Kobe Bryant. So you don't want it to happen to anybody, of course, but Kobe Bryant, it's just so unreal to hear and actually know that it's true. And especially losing his daughter and the other people on the helicopter as well. It was just really a bad day for the, just the world in general, not even just the sports world, just the world in general. So I know a lot of players miss Kobe Bryant, and I know a lot of fans miss him too, because like I said, you know. He's basically like, to me, he's almost like an ambassador of basketball. He could walk into a room and whatever he say probably goes, because everybody listen to Kobe, just like everybody listen to Mike. When Mike walk into a room, Mike is that guy. It's no doubt about it. So, when I think about that all on its own, it's just really weird to, combat all that and compartmentalize how much has went on, what's happened. And hopefully things, ease over with that situation over time, but it's just hard to get over a great legend like he was. And, I just wonder sometime, like, if he was still here, would he maybe have thought about coming back maybe one more year just to surprise the fans? Or was he completely done with basketball? Or, was he going to be a coach in the NBA or analyst or something like that? You just wonder what he would have become, after that. I know he was doing, his animated movie films and stuff, but I still think he probably would have found a home in basketball somewhere, being a coach, analyst or something. I think Kobe would have did something like that if he still was around. So, plus, part of the world is missing now. Kobe was a big part of the world, big part of, a lot that goes on here and a lot that goes on in people's lives. Kobe touched a lot of people, so, losing him was really bad. And, hopefully we don't lose any more like that. That was really, really a hurtful, situation there. And, I appreciate, other shows like Undisputed and other shows like that today, talking about the situation with Kobe Bryant, remembering Kobe Bryant, because I think we should remember him and celebrate him a lot more. So, but yeah, I miss number 8, number 24, and man, he was lethal on the court, man. He was definitely one of the all-time greats, and I would probably put him in my top 2 of all time, me personally. But I think we should put more respect on Kobe's name by looking at him in the GOAT conversation with Michael Jordan, because he definitely earned it. He definitely deserved it. He definitely was the closest to Michael Jordan we've ever seen. So, with that being said, hey, I miss Kobe just like everybody else, man. I wish his family and everybody the best still. And, hey, till next time.
least you got that